All right, what up, you guys? So today we're going to see how we can fetch data from an API and filter through the data fetched from an API in Flutter. So to do this, we're going to fetch this data from the Fixed API. So you can actually see it on, view it on GitHub or read the docs as well. So this is a free API, by the way. You don't need any API keys. So when we try to fetch. So here we've tried to fetch a product. So the product we fetched is having an ID of 1. So if we remove this and just fetch for all the products so that let's see how many products we'll get to have. All right, so this is the response we're getting. So we have about 20 products, and we also have 20 products in here. So we can actually see this. Let's try to search for the last product in this list. So let's just paste it there. Okay, let me just type it. I don't think I can paste. Okay, so there we have it. So if we go through this, you can see we have the product details page as well. So this is what we're going to make, and hopefully I make it so easy for you guys to get to understand and learn how you can implement it in your applications. And as you can see, one thing I forgot to mention was once you clear out the search input, then you get to have those products that you want, the entire products fetched in your UI. So let's search for the mains again. So as you can see, it's fetching for the mains and the women's, because there's mains inside the women's word. So this is what we're going to do. And so with all this said, let's get started. All right, so to get started, what we have is the home screen. We're returning the home screen inside the material app of the main.dat. And then this is that home screen that we're returning. Sorry about that. It's just returning a blank scaffold. So, but before we'll get to this later. The first thing we have to create is the models. So let's create a models class. So inside the models class, we're going to have a file called products .dot. So in here, we're going to have a class. So inside the class, we're going to have a constructor, and let's name the class. So we're going to call this as products. So here we're going to have 5 variables, I would say: the ID, the string, the price, and the image, as well as the description as well. So let's do that. Then from then, we're going to jump to making the constructor. We're going to require the variables that we'll make on top there. Then after that, we're going to make a factory method that we're going to use to pass the JSON data. So let's do that. So the first thing we have is the ID. Then the next thing is the title. Then the next thing is the double. So we're going to have of type double. We're going to have the price. So from then, we're going to have the image. So final, this is going to be a string. So say image. Then the final thing we're going to have is the description. So it's also going to be a string. Description. So then next we're going to create the constructor. So simply say products. Then we're going to require everything. All right, so we've required everything. We've done the ID. We've required the ID, the title, price, image, and the description. So the next thing is we're going to make a factory method to pass the JSON data. So say factory method. So here we're simply going to say factory. Then we simply say products. So factory, then we say products, then we say from JSON, then map, then we string, dynamic, then JSON, then we simply return the products. So here we're going to parse this to this JSON. So here what we're going to do is let's do this. Let's format this. Okay, so let's try to format this. So here, what we're simply going to do is just call this. Then we simply say JSON. So we're getting this JSON here. All right, so the error that we're getting is this. So that goes. So let's do this. Come here. Then we do this again. So this is going to be a repetitive process. We just have to put these inside the square brackets. So then I do this again. Then we say JSON. Then for the price, we have to convert it to double since it's a number to double. Okay, just like that. Okay, so we're done parsing the data. So we've parsed the ID, the title, the price, the image, and the description. So we've done parse these to JSON. So the next thing is we're going to create a services. So this is going to be, let's create a folder first. Services. Then inside the services class, we're going to have a file called product services. So here we're going to create a class called product services. So this is the class that we're going to use to make API calls. So in here, we're going to have the first variable. So sorry about that. So final string, then we're going to have the base URL. So the base URL equals, so we're simply going to come back here and just copy this since we're getting all the products, and then okay, so just paste it there. So no API key is involved in this process. All right, so sorry about that. So the next thing is we're going to have a feature function. So say feature, then we're going to expect a list. Then we get the products from the products models. So say products, like that. Then we give it a name. So the name of the function is going to be fetch products. Then this is also going to be an async function. So let's do this. Then inside here, we're going to have a variable to hold the response that we'll be getting from the request that we'll be making to the fixstore API. So here, we're going to await the response. So, but before we do that, we have to get the HTTP package that we're going to use to make HTTP requests to the fixstore API. So for us to do that, we have to go here. So let's go pub.dev. Okay. So when we go here, so let's search for this package, HTTP. So we have to install this package, as you can see. Okay, so we'll go in installation. So here we will just simply copy this command. Then we get to come here in our project. So we go in the terminal. So here we will just run this. Just wait for that to load up. All right, so that has loaded up. So let's go in the pubspec.yaml to confirm that. So we'll actually find it on line, should be line 37. Okay, line 38. So we have the package there. So here we just have to simply say HTTP dot. But before we do that, we have to import this. So simply come here and say import. It was we just type HTTP. Then we select this one, dot. Then we import it as HTTP. So we get it here. Then here we'll just simply say get. Then inside the get, we're going to have a URI. So here, URI, then we're going to parse. So simply going to parse this. Then inside the URI, we'll just simply pass the base URL. So that's it. So next thing is we're going to check the response we're getting from this API endpoint. So we simply say response dot status code. So if the status code is 200, which means it's all right, it's okay, and we're going to make a list called data. So simply come here and say final, then we say list, then here we say dynamic. Sorry about that, I can't spell dynamic. So here we're using dynamic because this is going to hold data that's having different data types. So here we simply say data. So we just name it data. Then data, we just decode the response that we're from getting. So simply say JSON decode. I can't spell decode. Then in here we just return the response body. So we just put it right there. So next we're going to map the data. So we just return this. So return data. Then we say dot map. Then in here we're going to have a variable called product. So product, then which is going to point to this, to products. Okay, products from JSON. Then in here we're going to have a JSON. So inside the JSON we're simply just going to return the product. So the product, then we just set it to list, just like that. Okay, set it to list. Then else, so if this doesn't work, if the status code response or for the response is not 200, then we can throw an error. So simply say throw exception. So exception, then we simply say failed to load products. There we go. So we're done with the services. So now we can go to the UI. So to do that, let's come here. Let's go in screens. So inside screens, we're going to have product details. Say pay product details dot. But before we do that, let's go here and create another folder called widgets. So here we're going to have a widget called product list dot. So this is going to be a stateless widget. So here we're going to name it list, which is just also going to the grid view. So grid view dot builder. So we have that, but before we do that, we have to require something on top there. So we're going to have a list. So final list, then it's going to be a list of products. So get the products models. So let's okay. So if you are not getting automatically the fetch the suggestions for the file that you want to get, you can press Control and space. Then that will bring you suggestions. So here we say products. Then in here we're just simply going to require the products. So required this dot products. Okay, so those errors are gone. So let's come here. So in here we're going to give it a shrink wrap. I can talk, and set it to true because it expects the Boolean value. Then we're going to have the physics. Okay, physics. Then the physics is going to be never scrollable. Okay, so say never scrollable physics. Okay, we go there. Okay. Okay, then we do that. Then we need the grid delegate. So here we're simply going to return a sliver grid delegate with fixed cross axis. So say a sliver grid. Okay, so that one cross axis count. Then let's just format this to make it look better. So the cross axis count is going to be 2. We're just going to have 2 in the grid. Then let's go on the next. But this is a bit distracting, the blue squiggle. So let me just ignore it for this. So here, we have the cross axis count, of which is 2. Then cross axis spacing, of which is going to be 10, 10.0. Then the main axis spacing, which is just simply going to be 10 as well. So then the next thing is going to have the child aspect ratio, which is just going to be 2 of 3. So this is the ratio to the grid and the height, to the width and the height of the grid. So next thing is we're going to have an item count. So simply say item count. Then we're just going to say to get the total length of the products. So say products dot length. Okay. So next thing is we're going inside the item builder. So here we're going to have this, say context, then index as well, which we're going to use to access the index of these lists. So here we're going to create a new variable called product because they will simply say products. This, we're referring to this products variable we made on top there. So here they will simply say index. Then the next thing is we're going to return a gesture detector. So a gesture detector which is going to expect an on tap. So inside the on tap we're going to have this function. And all right, so then we're going, once the product in the product listing is clicked, this gesture detector will take us to the product details page. So this is the product details page, and we haven't created that yet, so we can make it. It's going to be a stateless widget. So here we just simply say product details. Then for now we're just going to return a scaffold, blank scaffold, blank scaffold. All right, so let's go back here. So navigator, simply say navigator dot push. So push. Then inside here we're going to have a material route. Material route, or material page route. Then in here we're going to have the context. So context. Then we define the page that we want to go to. So we're simply going to say product details. Then we get that. So here we just simply give it a semicolon. Then here the gesture detector is going to need a child. So the child, we simply just say child. Then the child is going to be inside the card. So okay, so the card, so we'll give that card an elevation of 4. Then the shape, let's give it a shape as well. Okay, shape, remove one of these semicolons. No, the commas, So here we're going to say a rounded rectangular border. Then inside there we're going to have the border radius. So BR. Then we simply say border radius. Then we just say dot circular. Then we give it to 10. So we're going to nest. So as you can see, as you have noticed, this is a bunch of nested widgets. So here inside the child, the card is the child of the gesture detector. Then inside the card, we're also going to have a child. So the child inside the card is going to be a column. Sorry about that. Column. Okay, let me move this down a bit. All right, so inside the column, we're going to have a cross-axis alignment, and we're going to set it to start. So cross-axis alignment, then we make it to start. So here, the first thing is we're going to have children in here. Then let's ignore this. It's going to be obstructive. So inside there, we're going to have an expanded. So going to have an expanded widget. The first widget there. So expanded. Then this is going to have a child called the clip rec. So say clip. Clip rect. So clip rect. So inside the clip rect, this is actually going. This is simply means clipping a rectangular shape. Okay. So here we're simply going to have a border radius. So it's a border radius. Then going to give it a border radius. Say border radius dot vertical. Then we just do this. Then in here we simply say top. Okay, let me remove this. Okay, and just replace this with cut the R. It's official now. I can spell. So we say top. There is in here we just simply say radius dot circular. Then we give it a 10. And okay, so here then inside the clip rect. So we just do this. We just come outside here inside the clip rect. Then we just give it a child. Okay, we're not inside the clip rect. Okay, so give it a child. So the child is going to be an image. So simply say image dot network. So inside the network image, we're simply going to have product. So it's a product, this product that we made on top there. So product dot image. Then inside here, we're going to style the image. So we're going to give it a fit. It's a fit. It's a box fit. Then we simply make it cover. Then there, we give it the width. So inside the width, we give it double infinity so that it fills the entire rectangle. I mean, dot infinity. So here, the next thing is we'll go outside the expanded. So expanded, then we're going to have the text for the title. So say text. So inside here, we'll simply say product dot title. Okay, title. And then inside there, we're going to have a max line. So max lines, then max line, we give it a max line of 2. Okay, then we give it an overflow. Then we say text overflow. Then we say ellipsis. The next thing is we give it a text style. So style, text style. Here we just give it the color. So color, we simply say colors dot green. Then we give it a font weight. So simply say font weight. So font weight, give it bold. Then I think there's a typo here, colors. So the next thing is, I think this is it for the image card, because we have the image, then Okay, so let's partly comment this. So we have the image, then we have the name. Oh yeah, so the next thing is we're going to have the price. Okay, so here we can simply just copy this text. Let's copy that. Yeah, put it down here, paste it there. Then we can just simply remove this, say product dot price. Then price, then we'll have to wrap this inside this. Then we wrap it inside this. Then here we just put it this. Okay, but before we do that, we will have to put the dollar sign here for the price. So price is going to be in dollar. Then here we simply say to string as fixed, so give it 2. Okay, then here we're just going to remove this. So the colors, the price is what we're supposed to be green. So here we just remove this. And then yeah, we're done. We'll get to check the UI after that. So here we just simply give it a semicolon here. Then that error is gone. So the next thing is we can go to the product details page. Where's the product details? Okay, product details page. So here we're simply also going to require something. So here we say final, say products. Okay, so products from the products model. Then we just say okay, products. Make it plural or singular, I mean. So here we just require this. So required. They will say this dot product. So as you can see, it has given us an error here. So we can just simply press on this quick fix. Then we just do that. Then here we'll give it the product that we have in here. So we're going to use, where's the product? We're going to use this product, the product right here. So simply just say product. Okay, so let's go back to the product screen. Product details. So here we're simply going to have a body inside the scaffold. So body, then the body is going to return a column. Then let's ignore this. Then the column is going to have children. Okay, let's also ignore that. Then the first shot is going to be an image. So image dot network. So we just simply come here. They will say product dot. Then we just simply get the image. Then the image, we're going to give it a height. Say height of let's say 300. Then the next thing is we're going to give it a fit. Then say box fit. And then we take it to cover. So here, the next thing is we're going to go for the sized box. So we give it some height there. So simply say sized box. Then the height, we give it a height of 16. Okay. Then here we're just going to give it the text, then the title. So simply say product dot title. Okay, then we just give it a comma here. Then we can go back to the home screen so that we get to see whatever we're doing there on the home screen. So but before we do that, let's go in the main dot. So here we're going to remove this debug thing. So simply say debug show checked mode banner. Then we say set it to false. So that is gone. Then we go back to the home screen. Okay, let's reload this. Okay, so here we'll come here. Let's have a few variables. So simply say variables here. So here the first variable we're going to have is we're going to say lit. Then we're going to have a future list. So inside the list, we'll get the products from the products model. Okay, no suggestions currently. So we do this, then we're going to name it as products. Okay, so there. So now we have to get this from the products models. Okay, so here we're going to have a list again. So simply list, say products. Then we come here and say filtered. This is where the filtered products is going to be. So filtered products, then we give it an empty list there. So here we have a search controller down here at the bottom, which we call search controller. We're actually going to use this to get the user inputs. So let's go down here. So here we're going to have an init state. So init state. Okay, so when the application launches, this is going to run. So firstly, we're going to have the products. Okay, so products, then we get the product services. So say product services. Okay, that one. And then we access the function that we had made in the product services, which is the fetch products. Okay, then here we're going to have a search controller. Then here we're going to have to add an add listener. So in here we have to call a function. So let's make that function. So we'll come down here. Then this is going to be the filter function. Okay, filter function. So here we're going to have a void. So we simply say filter products. So filter products, and by the way, this is different from this is filter products. This is filtered products. So here we're going to come here and give it the body. So, but before we do that, we have to remove this error. So we simply say filter products, not filtered products. Why do I keep going back to that? Filter products. Okay, so we have the filter products code in the add listener. So in here, we're going to have a set state. So set state. Then inside the set state, we're going to have an if statement. So this is going to be the search controller. So let me write this, then I explain. That is empty. So what this means is, so if the search box is empty, then we reset the filtered products to all products. Okay, so if there's data input from the user, so it should just retain and filter the data that the user has searched for. So let's go here. So here we're simply going to say filtered products. Then we say all products. So we're going to get all products. We haven't made the all products. So I'm sorry, I mistook this for the all products. So it simply just says list. Then again we say products. Then we just say all products. So all products. This is what actually stores all the products, not the filtered products. So this is what actually stores all the products globally. So this one only stores the filtered products. So here we're going to say filtered products dot all products. Then we do this. then else. We're going to filter based on search input. So here is what is going to happen. So we say filtered products, then say all products dot where. Then in here we're simply going to say product, then we say product dot title. So we're going to filter them by titles. So by title to, then we say lowercase. Then inside here, then we say dot contains. Then in here, we're simply going to have the search controller. So let me put this on the next line. Okay, search controller. So search controller dot to text. Then we take it to lowercase as well. Lowercase. Then here we're simply going to put this to list. Say to list. Then we put a semicolon there at the end. So next we're going to come inside the body. So we can ignore the blue squiggle for now. So there, okay, let's go there. So here we're going to have a body. So inside the body, we're going to have a feature builder. So feature, simply say builder. Then list. Then we get the products. So this product is coming from the products model. So you shouldn't forget that. Then we do this. Then here we're simply going to say feature. Then we say products. So we're getting these products from the products we made here on top, the list of products. So let me go down there. So products. Then here we're going to have a builder. So builder. Then we're simply going to have a context and the snapshot. So context, snapshot. So this is going to retain a snapshot based on the the fetched data state. So here we're going to have return. But before we do that, we're going to have an if statement. So if, then we have to check the connection state. So say connection state. So say snapshot dot connection state. Then we say equals to say connection state dot waiting. So if it's waiting, we simply can just return the secular progress indicator. So this is return secular progress indicator. Then we can just wrap it inside the center widget. So we can come here, center, then else. No, not an else. We're also going to have another if statement. So the next one is going to be if the snapshot. So if the snapshot dot has error, then we're going to return an error. I don't know why I keep writing snapshot as error. Then the next thing is we're going to return an error. So we're just simply going to return a text with an error inside there. So we're simply going to say error. Then in here, we'll simply say snapshot dot error. Then come here, give it a semicolon. Then down here, we're going to have a variable called products. So say final products equals snapshot dot data. Okay, so we go there. So inside here, we're also going to have another if statement. So if all products dot is empty, then we store. This is where we're going to store all the products on the first load. So we simply come here and say all products, then we'll send it to products. Then we come here and say filtered products, then we also send it to products. Okay, so there's a typo here. I'll say products. So this is going to keep giving an error. So we just simply have to come here and give it this on the data. So the next thing is, okay, then down here, we're just going to return this. I'm going to return a custom scroll view. So custom scroll view. Then in here, we're going to have slivers. So slivers, then let's ignore the blue squiggle. So here, we're going to have a sliver up bar. So we'll say sliver up bar. Then simply say floating, then we set that to true because it requires a boolean. Then we say pinned, which also requires a boolean, set it to true. Then snap, and snap we also set it to true. Then next we give it an expanded height, and we give that as 100. So next thing is we're going to have the flexible space. So flexible space, then we're going to give it a padding. So padding. Then inside the padding, we're going to have padding. Then we say edge insets. Then we set it to all. Then we give it 8.0. So here we just give it a capital letter on padding. So inside the padding, we're going to have a child. So the child is going to be a text field. Then inside the text field, we're going to have a controller. So this is that controller that we made here on top, the search controller. So simply just going to say search controller. So this is what we're going to use to get the user's input. So say search controller. Then we come here and say decoration for the input. So decoration. Then we say input decoration. Then in here we're going to have an int. So int text, which is just simply going to say search products. Then let's come here. So hint text search products. Then we're going to give it a border. All right, so we have an error, so fix this. Let's first finish with fetching the UI. All right, so I just had to restart instead of hot reloading. That's okay. So let's go down here. So after the sliver bar, we're going to have the products listing. Okay, so here we're going to say sliver adapter. So sliver, then adapter, sliver adapter. So in here we're going to have a child. So the child is going to be products listing. So the product list, we have to import this. Okay, so we have a table here. So instead of products list, this product list. So we get that. Okay, so it has this product that we made on top here. This products. So we're using products and then products is here as well. So and currently we have this there. So let's try to bring it down a bit. So by that, we're going to do this. We're going to come here on the padding, say only. Then we say top. Then let's give it a big padding on the top. So it's simply just say 58. Let's try to do that. See. Okay. All right. So this is what we have currently, and we've moved that from the top. Okay. So all right, this is working there, but let's remove the 58. Okay, let's undo the padding, this padding. So all we give it all of 8. Then we just simply wrap this inside the padding. So we wrap this inside the padding, the text field, and then just give it only. So only, and then we say top. Then this is where we're going to give it 58. So let's try to reload that. Okay, so as we can see, it is padding here on the edges and on top there as well. So let's try to filter. So currently just going to search for bugs. So it's not working. So here we have to come down here and just simply say filtered. Say filtered products. Then let's try to reload this. See. Okay, so we currently have no bugs. So here we're just supposed to change here, instead of just returning products, we just return filtered products. So let's go here, just remove this. So as you can see, it's now able to filter. So we say mains, then it filters this. Then let's try to check for another one. So we say drive. Then we have these two hard drives. So this is basically how you can do that. And I know the user interface is not that good at the moment, because that's not the case right now. We just wanted to see how we can filter through data fetched from an API. So that's it. And I know this took long. I just wanted to go through everything with you guys. And yeah, in case you get stuck anywhere, you can you just feel free to reach out. I will leave my email in the description, and I'll also get to add this code, the link to this code in the description. So with all that said, I'll see you in the next video, guys.